Ryan Ferran with my final project Milestone 2 Leadership Communication Critique. I will be taking a look at Carnival Corporation. Now, Carnival is the largest cruise ship company in the world, based in Miami, Florida, a fleet of over 100 ships. And at any given time, how about this? They can have up to 300,000 people on their ships. This is roughly 80,000 staff and about 200,000 customers. So when we're talking in terms of communication, when they communicate, they have a wide reach and a lot of people listening. So communication for Carnival, a company and organization of this size, is absolutely essential to have effective communication. Carnival is a multi-billion-dollar company, so again, a lot of people paying attention to them. So they are very successful, but they have had several issues over the past recent years, especially with crisis communication. Taking a look a little bit further into Carnival with a SWOT analysis, we'll start with the strengths. Strengths: extremely profitable, leader in the industry, brand recognition, large customer base, and following. Again, more than $15 billion a year in profits. Their growth over the past decade has been remarkable. 1998, they did $600 million in profits. Fast forward to today, $15 billion a year for the past several years. So that is remarkable success. They have a lot of strengths. Weakness: lack of communication, especially in crisis, leadership, negative reputation, and empathy. So when we talk about these crises, they've had a ship run aground in 2012, 64 injured, 32 dead. CEO had very few communications, a few tweets, but mostly they were finger pointing. And we talk about the weakness of empathy. There was no empathy, going back and forth with customers, kind of blaming others and kind of downplaying the situation. So there was a lot of weaknesses in that particular issue, and with a couple other major mechanical failures that Carnival had, where customers were on ships without air conditioning, they were stuck at sea, food wasn't there, and the communication was very infrequent, and there was a lack of empathy and understanding. So the weaknesses are definitely a concern for Carnival. Fast forwarding to opportunity, redemption, room for growth. And when we talk about room for growth, we're talking about sales, reputation, and communication. Redemption, obviously, they had several major public incidents that they can kind of redeem themselves from, improve from, and let people know that they are doing so, making corrections and communicating that to the public and their big, broad customer base. For threats, the 2 C's: complacency and competition. While Carnival is very successful, there is a lot of competition. When you're talking about a multi-billion-dollar industry, you're going to attract a lot of competition. So Carnival needs to stay innovative. They need to improve communications and be successful in both those arenas to avoid those threats. Now, the effectiveness of Carnival's communications is poor both externally to the public and internally. Communication starts from the top, where the example should be set, and then trickled down with top-level management and everyone in the organization. CEOs clearly not on the same page with the public, not transparent, not knowing the needs and wants, and definitely not communicating those effectively. The employees don't know what's going on or what to say. So when you have a conflict at the top, the employees are kind of caught in the middle, and so the poor communication channels just streams down the entire company, which is obviously ineffective. So poor external communications is definitely leading to poor internal communications. From a systems theory approach, the communications definitely has an impact on culture. When a staff and a company are not in alignment with communications and on the same page, this will have a significant impact, as we know. Poor communication, a negative culture, can lead to poor morale among employees and staff, and this could easily be sensed by customers who are not getting the customer service that they want or deserve, and this could greatly inhibit growth. And there's a sense of lack of ethics with Carnival and making claims that some of these situations, when dealing with these crises, are not as bad as the customers are claiming. And it's almost as if they are trying to cover up some of these issues. And this shows a clear lack of transparency, which some could consider unethical. So some serious issues. Carnival, in closing, a very good and successful company, especially when we're talking about profits, but plenty of room for growth and improvement.